What's going on, everyone? A little bit of a surprise for you. It's just me. I made a promise to all of you to start the RPG Corner, and guess what? This is the first episode I'm doing that. And what better game than my favorite game on the PlayStation 2? And that is none other than Star Ocean Till the End of Time, or Star Ocean 3. Star Ocean 3 is arguably, just my opinion, mind you, the best in the franchise. And the reason why I chose this to be the starting point for the RPG Corner is it's a game, if you have PlayStation Plus, through the 17th of September, you can actually play it because it is included with your membership. Unfortunately, after that, it is going off and you're going to have to purchase it, but you can still purchase it on the PlayStation Store. So I hope if you have not played it yet and you listen to this, this is going to be your starting point in the Star Ocean series. And with that, let's dive right into this retro review. Star Ocean 3 has you follow Fate Lion God and his longtime childhood friend, Sophia Estede. They're on vacation to start off. It kind of opens up traditionally like, oh, hey, zoom in and here we go. Horrible event happens. They get separated and Fate has to go through a couple planets to eventually find Sophia. I'm going to do my best, so let me preface this right away. I don't want to give you spoilers, even though this is a retro game in the ultimate sense. This game is over 20 years old. I don't want to fully spoil it, so you won't hear me diving too much into it. But with that, let's talk about this story. The story is arguably the best one in the series. So Star Ocean 1, it was a very linear story. Something happened, you had to take care of it, and then you had some post-game stuff. Star Ocean 2, pretty much the same way. Gotta have something happen, gotta take care of it, and then they decided to dial it up to 11 in Star Ocean 2 with almost 100 extra endings. It's kind of insane. Use a guide, don't try to do those on your own, thank me later. And then Star Ocean 3, it was I'm going to call it the first of the new generation ones because we got to see First Departure on the Super Nintendo. Then we got to see Second Story on the PlayStation 1. And then where it really shined was here because with the technology, they were able to exponentially expand the story. And this story, oh my goodness, you want to talk about a story in an RPG that is amazing. Most RPGs, they're straightforward. It's God's your enemy. Fight God. Oh no, the evil king is here. Take him down. Go take down the big bad wizard. Star Ocean 3 has a massive twist that you will not see coming. It is a little divisive amongst longtime fans of the series because you're either going to really love it or really hate it. But if you're new to the series, this is something you don't see done. The twist, you don't see that done in an RPG. And when it comes to the elements and the level of depth that are included in the story, you get to explore a lot of it. You get to explore, the rekindling of friendship because you got to find your friend. You get to kind of experience a world at war. You get the twist, and there are so many additional characters to recruit. And honestly, that's going to bring me to my next part of this game and this review. If you're a fan of crafting, if you're a fan of recruiting, if you're a fan of potentially having the chance to miss out on something, so you kind of have to be mindful, this is it to an 11. With Star Ocean and all across the entire series, crafting is a big thing that is a forefront. You can craft your gear, you can craft items. It's just awesome. Like, you can legitimately break these games if you understand the crafting mechanics. And that is really awesome. And the cool part is you'll eventually hit a point in the game where the breaking of the game evens out. So that's just another layer that's added, and they weave it very nicely within the story because a lot of the characters you recruit to help you with your crafting, they kind of have there's these little missions to get them that weave in and out of the main story, so you're not going to miss them, but at the same time it feels related to the story. And I'm not going to harp any more on the story because I will have to give spoilers. You need to play it. This is arguably, in my opinion, the best game on the PlayStation 2 for me as an RPG. I said what I said. Where it also shines, though, and is kind of a little wonky, this one, the combat. So all Star Ocean games, this one included, it is action-based combat. You have the ability to stagger enemies, And in so doing, you can level up your, we'll call it your experience bar. I forget what the actual name of it is off the top of my head, but the better you do in fights, the better your rewards at the end. More experience, more full, which is the currency in the game, better items, more drops, you name it. Also, that can be punished where if you get staggered, your combo breaks and you go back down to 0. So you have to kind of be mindful to make sure you're not taking a powerful attack. You have your standard, you have attacks, you have abilities, and then you have magic in the game, which is called symbology. This game also decided, and it's kind of a love-hate thing for me because I will admit I have used it to my advantage. You can actually defeat enemies by reducing their MP to 0. So an overly tanky boss with very little MP, you can go that route. Gives you more strategic planning and more opportunities in combat. And let me tell you, combat in this game, it shines so well. It's very fluid, it's very streamlined. And honestly, a lot of games from back then, combat was kind of love it or hate it. Like turn-based was still the heyday, like it was still the hey, we're in charge. And this game held that level as well, which is what makes it incredibly enjoyable. And honestly, like the last thing that I'm going to be talking about with this review, it's the gameplay. I touched on the story, obviously. We talked about some combat, which is amazing, and you definitely need to play it. Now, the overall gameplay merges that story. It merges the combat just beautifully, and it tells a wonderful narrative over 2 discs. Like, we got a 2-disc PlayStation 2 game, no less. It is ridiculous. And it's hard to do with games back then just due to the limited technology, like loading screens, they kind of took you out of it. It was very hard to have seamless transitions, and Star Ocean Till the End of Time, they did that very well. Sure, there were some loading times. Sometimes you had to load into a town, but they made it seamless and they made it not take away from what you were doing. They gave you, the player, the choice of who you recruited, who you didn't recruit. There were even some people you could kill instead of recruiting. Like, the story was yours to tell. And for games nowadays, that's so hard to do. We're so used to, for example, I'm playing The Witcher 3 right now. Here's a notice board. Go find a bunch of stuff. Yeah, you have a few choices you can do to make it kind of interesting, but it's very straight point A to point B. You don't really have too much depth. And I know I probably used a horrible one because that one actually gives you a little bit of depth. But for RPGs, it's kind of straightforward nowadays. And I appreciate that. However, bring me back to a good time. And honestly, the main reason, aside from how much I love this game, it's still available for you for free with the PlayStation Plus subscription, at least until September 17th. So if you have it, go check this out. Go play the game. Let me know what you think, because this is the best one in the franchise. We stumbled a bit with the one on the PlayStation 4, Integrity and Faithlessness. Came back strong with the Divine Force, but none hold a candle to the sheer perfection that is Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. This is the first of the RPG Corner. Obviously, I'm getting in the swing of things, getting in the groove of things. So, tell me what you think. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you have a specific game you would like me to review? Or if you agree with me and this is the best game on the PlayStation 2, let me know as well in the comments. Thank you all so much. Please subscribe to the Top Tenor Show. We have new episodes every Friday. And here soon, we're going to be having episodes that happen a little more often with the RPG Corner. So you know what to do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let me know what your thoughts are on Star Ocean Till the End of Time.